I have no student loans, which is great.
That's awesome.
I do owe $10,000 to my parents.
Okay.
But they have a very easy interest
No
policy.
interest rate, yes.
Yeah,
But I feel like your consequences haven't been
Yeah.
bad. So it's like, what actually would motivate you to change? What's up, rich people? It's me, Haley, AKA Mrs. Dow Jones. And we need to talk about how influencer culture is making us all broke. TikTok and Instagram have completely skewed our views of what normal consumption habits look like. And now we all have like 6 boxes a day being delivered from Amazon and Revolve of things we don't actually need, but just saw online. But don't worry, that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna help you. In this video, I'm gonna share the secret to avoid overspending despite being over-influenced. Okay, so first things first, I want to share the 4 lies on social media that trick us into overspending, and we're going to learn how to avoid them. Lie number 1, new is better. If you buy into the belief that you always have to have something new, you're never gonna get much use out of any of your products. You're just gonna accumulate junk and clutter, and most importantly, you're gonna spend a whole lot of money. The truth is, there's always gonna be someone out there with more than you. That's just life. The sooner you accept that and stop trying to keep up or beat them, the sooner you'll be able to stop overspending and actually work towards your financial goals. Lie number 2, we need it now. Online, we see people shopping and getting treats all the time, and the message is that we should prioritize what we want right now versus what's actually best for us long term. Saying no to yourself right now so that you can say yes to yourself in the future is financial self-care, but maybe not that cool to do on Instagram. Lie number 3, things have to be complete. This one gets people so bad. Like, I have fallen victim to this too. And the idea is basically that, like, when a new chapter starts or you get a new hobby, we need all the tools right away to fulfill it. The new house has to be fully furnished when you move in. If you start a new hobby, you need all the gear. If you get a dog, you need everything new now. Social media has promoted this all or nothing mindset with our spending habits, especially when we're moving into new seasons of life. It basically tells us that we can't be okay with being in between. But if you can switch this mindset and actually grow into the house instead of rushing to finish it, it is going to be so much healthier. Try to get there first and then decide what you need and learn to be okay with the in-between phase. And lie number 4, spending money will make you happy. Here's the thing, money actually can buy you happiness. Like, I don't want to deny that. When used on things that are actually valuable, like buying back your time or getting great health care, you're gonna feel awesome. However, this is not what we are told online, okay? Online, we are constantly told that the more stuff we acquire, the happier we're gonna be. And it's just not the case. Don't buy into that lie. More is not better. Instead, if you want to use your money to buy happiness, focus on spending it in places where it will actually give you choice and flexibility and safety instead of on Shein dresses.
Today, we're meeting with Maddie. She's a chronic overspender who avoids looking at her credit card bill at all costs. But don't worry, we're gonna share some expert strategies to help her finally overcome this bad habit.
Hey guys, I'm in the studio with Maddie, who has shared that she has been over-influenced and is overspending, which really could happen to anyone. But we're gonna suss out the situation and make a plan. Okay, Maddie, I was saying this before we started rolling, but I'm shocked because I'm like, I don't see the thumb of the over-influence. Like, I was expecting you to come in like Sophia Richie's wedding outfit. Like, you know what I mean? So
I wish.
We need to know, like, what happened? Where did you get over-influenced? What were you buying? What's the vibe? Give us the scoop.
Yeah, so a lot of what I have bought because of being over-influenced is things that I don't actually wear because they're either super low quality or don't fit. I can't tell you the number of pairs of shoes in my closet that are just so uncomfortable that I bought because I saw online and they looked cute and they're trash and I just never return them.
Just by being on social media, you're 100% right. It's like being served a big ad 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And you're constantly inundated with people's lives who seem perfect. And sometimes it seems like if you buy that thing, then your life will be perfect too. But it doesn't work like that. And you just end up, you know, in your room with lots of uncomfortable shoes and a credit card bill that's unimaginable. So speaking of which, like, give me a scoop on the finances. How are we paying for all these? Are we financing it? Like, what's the vibe?
The credit card bill is high. Right now, like, the issue is I spend so much on all these little things that I feel like my credit card bill is completely out of control. And so I'm scared to open it. I have no student loans, which is great.
That's awesome.
I do owe $10,000 to my parents.
Okay.
But they have a very easy interest
No
policy.
interest rate, yes.
Yeah,
What's that
exactly.
for?
That is for me running out of money. I was on the train with my mother and I was looking at my credit card statement. I realized I spent $2,000 on Botox and like getting my face done that I didn't have. So that started the loan, and then it's snowballed from there.
Snowball, as it always does.
I mean, that's not fair to them, and I'm like graduating from grad school in a couple years, and I want to be able to like allocate my money in a responsible way, but I'm not exactly sure where to start.
I feel like your consequences haven't been bad, so it's like, what actually would motivate you to change?
I want to be able to just live comfortably and be satisfied with what I have and not like get a thrill out of spending money.
It sounds so woo-woo, but like it really does start like holistically with finding ways to release your tension in other ways, and then also having strategies in the moment that can help you disengage from those behaviors. So one that's really easy to implement is unsubscribing from marketing emails. Email marketing is the #1 most successful form of marketing. It converts more than any other form of marketing. If you're in someone's email, they're gonna open it, they're gonna click it, as you know.
Yeah.
So by allowing like Vogue shopping in your inbox, you're giving them access to you in a very vulnerable way. Mm-hmm. I know this might sound counterintuitive because we're talking, obviously our goal here is like to be smart with money, to save money, to invest money, but I want you to stop shopping sales, because sales are so addictive and thrilling.
Yeah, no, I literally like yesterday and the day before I bought 2 things on sale.
Exactly.
That I don't really need.
Don't really need and probably don't even really want. And then also removing, you know, auto pay from your browsers and from your phone. Basically, Maddie, what I want for you is that if you're going to make a purchase, I want you to have to stand up, go into your wallet, get your credit card out, sit your ass back down, and physically type in the numbers. We're just gonna create little bits of space between you and the impulse, and that will give you enough of a second, enough of a breath to think about, oh, do I actually really want this? And then it's not like the feeling's gonna go away. The hyperfixation is real, but the best thing that you can do is you have to let the hyperfixation fade and get comfortable in that feeling of like, yeah, I really want it, but I'm not gonna buy it right now. Like, give it 72 hours before you make the purchase. Some financial experts say 24 hours, some say 48. I am out here saying 72 because, honey, I have been hyperfixated, and it will take you a good 3 days to cool off from wanting that new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
The goal is not to spend no money. It's not to have no shoes. It's not to have no fun. It's not to not get Botox, but it's to do it in a way that's within means.
Yeah.
I want you to stop and ask yourself these 3 questions. Okay. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, if I could have this money in cash or I could have this item, which would I want? So it's not about having nothing versus having the item. It's if I could have this money in cash. Like someone was like, okay, those shoes are $500. Here's $500, do whatever you want with it. Or I could have the shoes, what are you gonna get? The second question I want you to ask yourself is, do I already have something that's similar to this? Ultimately, a black dress is a black dress, a black shoe is a black shoe, a pool cover-up is a pool cover-up. Like, if you have a pink one, do you need another pink one?
Yeah.
And then the third one is ask yourself if this supports your financial goals, which we're gonna work on your financial goals, because I think also, like, you don't have a clear why right now. Like, there's just, like, there's not enough, like, making you wanna not spend money. When was the last time that you looked at your credit card bill?
Like 2.5 months ago.
Okay.
Maybe.
So we're gonna break the seal together. We're gonna look at her credit card bill together today.
I spent $5,200.
5288.
5288.
We could round up to 5300.
Juice from Juice Generation. It's like $13.
Yeah.
The next one is from Urban Outfitters. I got a hat on sale. It was $12.49. $120 from The Real Real. That was getting a Balenciaga wallet that has not come in yet. July 21st, I spent $55 on Uber Eats.
Ooh, what'd you get?
Oh gosh.
It was a memorable meal.
Yeah.
Worth every penny.
Bloomingdale's. So that was for my birthday, which was this past weekend.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I desperately needed a new dress for dinner. $240. I got a $125 blowout.
So you were in full treat yourself mode for the birthday.
A full treat yourself mode. Full treat yourself mode.
But is it treating yourself to spend money that you don't even know if you have?
No.
For like the next week, for you, whenever you make a purchase or want to make a purchase, take a second and think about how you feel. Like, am I anxious? Am I tired? Am I overwhelmed?
I think it's part of like insecurity sometimes, and I think like especially with Instagram, you like want to fit in.
But I think that people are going to be so impressed by how you're going to feel so good.
Yeah.
Like, the other side of this is so much peace. It's a lot easier to say no to something when you know why.
Yeah. I mean, is a financial goal like having a Birkin by age 30?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. That's my financial goal.
Your next goal after that is I need you to focus on maxing out or at least contributing to your Roth IRA, which is a tax advantage retirement account. Because, which I know people on Instagram are posting their cool outfits, they're not posting their Roth IRA balances. But honey, you said 24?
Yeah.
Do you know how much time you have for your money to compound right now? Like, these are the years where you can get the most bang for your buck. You want a Birkin by the time you're 30? You could have 10 Birkins by the time you're 60 if you just start investing. And then also start talking to yourself like someone who's good with money. Like, I feel like you're in this self-perpetuating cycle of being like, I suck, of course I'm gonna buy that. Like, whoops, here I go again, just Maddie being Maddie. Like, and it's like, no, let's write some affirmations for you. Let's build you into the woman that I know that you can become, who is so financially empowered and savvy and smart. Thank you so much, Maddie, for coming. I think this is going to help so many people. It's the world that you live in. It's the world that I live in. But now you have the tools to avoid all your impulse shopping. Can't wait to see you get rich, bitch. Yeah.